Hello and welcome along to part 2 of this special mini Christmas series from FM19. Today we continue our 4-part series with Newcastle United, the FM19 Touch Challenge, where we're marooned at Christmas and have to get Newcastle out of this perilous position and secure Premier League survival. If you haven't seen episode 1 yet, then click on the eye above to go back and check that out, where we introduce the challenge and our plans for the rest of the season. As well as playing our first game, of course. But before we kick off today, it is Christmas Day as this comes out, so a Merry Christmas to you all. I hope you're having a good day. But today we're hoping to show you a triple bill if time will allow it. We've got Cardiff away, Watford away and Burnley at home. Obviously the first two of those are relegation 6-pointers. They're the two sides directly above us, and then if we claw our way out, we can play the Burnley game too. But we'll certainly be showing you the first two after you've seen what I've done in the transfer window. We've gone big. It's probably the one part of this challenge I'd say was a little unrealistic, is how much money we had to spend, but we have managed to recoup a lot on the wage budget, which has allowed us to stretch it further. So let's go and have a look. You can see there's one more on the way out. Josselu's agreed a deal with Fiorentina, so we've already got that transfer money coming in, and he's on quite a big wage, so that will help them too. But in terms of our history, there's a lot of signings. We'll focus on the outs first, just so you can understand why we've been able to spend so much. So we had a budget of around 25 million, but in terms of transfers, we've managed to get Lazar out, who was an awfully rated left-back. Not only have we got the transfer fee, but he was on around 20 grand a week. Isaac Hayden's gone out on loan, Stoke are paying a fee and his 22,000 a week wage. Rob Elliott's on 25 grand a week, Stoke are paying all of that. Lejeune went for £6 million, he was on between 30 and 40 grand a week. Christian Atsu was on 30 grand a week. He's gone to the Greek Super League where that's all being paid, as well as a loan fee. Carl Darlow's gone for 5 million to Wolfsburg. He was on 25 grand a week. And all of these youngsters you see, bar the last two, were all on between sort of 2 and 5 grand a week. So we've brought in so much money into the wage bill, and there was one stage where it was about 450,000 that was left before our last two signings, which had taken a chunk out of that, and we'd had to move a bit across to cover the transfer fees too. So the first one we bought in was Musa Sissoko, a bit of a panic buy because he was the only one who would join us at the time. Probably our only slight regret of the window was signing him, although he is our best choice cover at right midfield and centre mid. He's on quite a big wage, probably the biggest of all of our signings I think. But he's a very strong athlete and a good player who can come into the side in a number of positions. So I'm quite happy with it, to be fair, and he's done okay in the couple of appearances he's made. The next one along was Lucas Viatri. He's a free agent who popped up in our scout reports. He only wanted 15 grand a week, and when you consider Josselu's on 40 and Rondon was on 25, who we've incidentally sent back from his loan, we have made quite a bit of a profit and gain up front. I think we did briefly mention signing Peter Crouch in the last episode, but it wasn't viable in the end as he didn't really fit into our tactical system. The next one along the list was Danny Drinkwater, probably the best value signing of the window. £4 million we managed to get him for from Chelsea. Took a big wage cut, 25 grand a week down to come here. And he's played 3 appearances and already got an assist and is starting to prove his worth here. A good box-to-box midfielder, plenty of fitness again and very strong mentally. Good in the pass and just an all-round decent footballer. And next along the list is the left back we were trying to sign on a free. We needed a backup. He's on a very similar wage to Lazar and didn't cost us a penny. So a really good signing he was, and plenty of experience to add to the squad too. And then come the big two towards deadline day. This is when we'd started to sell a few, so we knew Rob Elliott was on his way out. He was part of the deal for Butland, and Hayden was on his way too. At that point we knew we had some money in the bank, and obviously the transfers just before with Darlow and Lejeune meant we had a little bit of money spare too. So Jack Butland's coming for 34 million, although a lot of that was offered in clauses. We just made an inquiry and it was the deal that was negotiated for us. I think only about 12 million of it was actually up front, and then there's lots of different clauses afterwards. Stoke chose that, not me. So Butland is our new sweeper keeper. He's a big upgrade on Dubravka. He's a young goalkeeper. He's got plenty of potential too. Obviously England's number 2 in real life. And he has made quite the impact in the couple of games he's played so far. So I was delighted with that one, and all we had to do in return was loan them Rob Elliott, and they covered all of his wage as well. So we're only actually adding about 35 grand to the wage budget, despite Butland's bigger pay packet. And the last one was Ross Barkley, a deadline day special. We had to sign one on the day. He made his debut off the bench in the last game and he's going to be our starting number 10. A fantastic player and a slight upgrade on Iosi Perez, but the potential could take him a lot further. He then became our highest paid player at the club. But again, we got so many players out on loan who in the end equalled about 40 or 50,000 off the wage bill. He's got 2 good feet, which is great for us, and I'm hoping he'll be able to make a big impact for the season. And if this save goes really well and you guys enjoy it and want to see more, we could well do that next year with some of the signings we've made, particularly those last 2 who are going to be great players for Newcastle for years to come. But let's show you the few games since the last episode. Obviously things have gone rather well. We've actually won 3 of our 4 league games, which is absolutely brilliant, especially considering one of those was against Manchester United. I'm not sure if they're doing as badly in real life here. They're not, but they're not doing much better. They're down in 5th place and Southampton was 7th when we beat them as well. So obviously you joined me for the first game against Leicester. We won it 2-0. We just about edged the game and deservedly got the result. We were then battered by Manchester City as you would expect. They're as good as they are in real life in this game, let me tell you that. We then played Southampton just a few days ago, a 3-1 win away from home. We were absolutely outplayed in this game, but Iosi Perez with a brace and Kieran Clark got a goal too. Alex McCarthy in goal for Southampton had an absolute shocker. He parried the ball out to Clark at 1-1 to tap in and then let one squirm under his body from Perez to make it 3. So realistically it was 1-1 plus 2 goalkeeper mistakes. But in the last game against United, we were really good. St James's Park was packed to the rafters and the lads delivered a really good performance and result. Matt Ritchie with a brace including a penalty and Kennedy from the other flank getting 1 too. And now we go into 2 massive away games. If we win them both, we should be out the relegation zone, but that is easier said than done. They're the sort of games that we could slip up in, and fingers crossed we'll be able to get some points. As long as we don't lose, the gap won't get bigger, and that's the main thing we're looking for from today. So let's take you through the lineup for the first of these games against Cardiff. They're in 17th, so if we win this, the gap will be 1 point to them. They haven't won in their last 4 games in the league, so hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of that today. The lineup we're carrying on with our asymmetrical formation. The players we've signed have been panic signings at times, but they've all been signed to fit into this formation, which is going to work for us moving forward. The only thing I've noticed is Butland's on defend. He wants to be a supporting sweeper keeper, so we'll let him do that as well. It means we've got Butland in goal, Yedlin and Dummett are the fullbacks with Clark and Lascelles in the middle. The back 4 hasn't changed at all. Ritchie's on the right wing, Shelvey and Drinkwater are the 2 central midfielders. Kennedy's playing high on the left wing with Ross Barkley as the shadow striker in behind Muto. The only area of the team we're weak is up front, and it's just because a striker's so hard to buy in January. We did have Andre Gray on the transfer list, but he wasn't any better than Muto, and any of the bigger signings they wanted 50-60 million, which just isn't possible for a club like this, even though we were pleasantly surprised by our transfer budget. Now let's get into the first game, and fingers crossed we can pull off the result we're hoping for to get us within 1 point of safety. Here we go then, Cardiff playing a 4-3-3, a very defensive structured formation, and we've got 2 sides that are going to be playing counter-attacking football. So it will be a bit of a weird game, but we'll see if we can nick the result. Ritchie coming down the right very early onto Yedlin on the overlap. Yedlin can deliver, but Gunnarsson's there with a brilliant tackle. 5 minutes gone and it's 0-0, but we've got a free kick with Shelvey, shoots and it's just over the bar. All the chances for us so far, and that's what we like to see. It's a throw-in for Cardiff, the first attack we're seeing from them, and it wasn't a long one. That's a bit unrealistic. Cunningham's got the ball back in the middle. He's got it inside to Davis. Davis 30 yards out to Camarasa. They're coming forward quite comfortably now. I think Davis they've got in the middle is Tom Davis on loan from Everton. Camarasa gets it to Davis again. And they're keeping the ball quite well. This is not a Cardiff side we're used to. A short throw-in and lovely possession in the middle. Cunningham gets the ball down the left-hand side. It's over the top, but Yedlin clears away. And Matt Ritchie to Shelvey who can start a counter-attack. We're not really coming forward with any vigour, considering we're supposed to be counter-attacking quite quickly. Barkley switches it out to the left to Kennedy. And now the counter-attack gathers momentum. It goes out to the right to Ritchie. Of course I meant counter-attack there, not counter-attack. But the ball's back to Yedlin on the edge of the box. Into Shelvey. Shelvey's got the ball inside to Drinkwater. Now Barkley. Can he make something happen? Goes for the shot. What a goal. What a signing. And his first start for the club. The assist is from Drinkwater. And Barkley smashes a left-footed shot into the bottom corner. Out of nothing. We take the lead and with 10 minutes to half time, we've got to hold on to it. Drinkwater's got the ball again to Barkley. 25 yards out on the left, surges into the box, deflects to Drinkwater, hits Etheridge. I tell you what, it's not the best representation on the match ending here, but it hit him and went behind for a corner, and I guess the important thing for Cardiff is he kept it out the net. Ritchie with an in-swinging corner to the back post, Muto with the header, and it's just tipped behind by the keeper. Another good save from Etheridge, and we're piling on the pressure now. I'm presuming it's going to be Shelvey from the other side, delivers the in-swinger, not sure about the director's camera as Muto wins it again, but it's straight into the arms of Etheridge, and unfortunately it remains just 1-0. It's half-time, a quite brilliant first half performance. We dominated the game, despite being outclassed in terms of possession, but Ross Barkley with the moment of magic to win us the first half. Let's hope we can keep that lead in a second, as Shelvey has a free kick, delivers into Barkley, down for Kennedy. I don't think he's offside. He's not. Barkley adds an assist. It was with a header rather than one of his brilliant passes, but we'll take it all day long. A goal and assist, and a dream first start for Ross Barkley. Kennedy taps in the goal, and we lead 2-0. Let's show you the bottom of the league. We are perilously close to coming out, as Watford are losing away at Crystal Palace. Barkley wins the ball back again and switches it. We haven't got anyone attacking down the right wing, which is why that's more difficult. Cunningham gets the ball to Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson into Davis and now Camarasa. Gunnarsson again as Cardiff dominate possession in the middle for the umpteenth time. Cunningham gets it down the left to Hoylett. Hoylett finds Gunnarsson out to the left to Cunningham, delivers for Zahore, who misses an absolute sitter, and that part of the tale is realistic. An hour gone and it's still 2-0. Ritchie delivers a set piece to Lascelles. Barkley knocks it down again for Lascelles. He's got the ball across, but it's blocked by Tom Davis, and he'll clear the ball away down the right hand side. He tries to find Boga. He does indeed. It beats the man. He's taking on the fullback. Can he deliver a cross? It's blocked and Kennedy recycles possession. All the way back to Dummett, who goes back to his keeper Butland. Hopefully he'll clear comfortably and we can start another attack. A lovely ball out to the right hand side, but it's fallen to the fullback and Cunningham clears. Barkley's got the ball on halfway again with Ritchie. Ritchie gets it inside to Drinkwater. Drinkwater out to the right flank and Yedlin's overlapping for Gen. He gets it down the right hand side, takes on the fullback, and it's going to be a red card, is it? Gunnarsson's committed another foul. He's already on a yellow, and normally when we see these, the card comes out of the pocket and it's a red card for Cardiff. Not only are we 2-0 up, but they're down to 10 men. Fantastic stuff, and surely we've got the 3 points wrapped up now. It's Ritchie with an in-swinging corner. He delivers it into the back post, but Patterson heads away. Kennedy finds Muto though, hits the post. Muto on the rebound, he's missed an open goal. It's behind for a goal kick, and we'll start to think about substitutions. 15 minutes to go, we're going to make those changes now. Matt Ritchie's not had the best game, so we're going to bring on Jacob Murphy. We'll push him forward a bit as well. Try and get the goal difference up now we're playing against 10 men. He wants to be a winger on support, so we'll leave him as that. Shelvey's tired and hasn't had a brilliant game. Sissoko on for him and we'll switch the two midfielders over. Drinkwater the deep line playmaker. Sissoko as the box to box. And Muto's not had the best game up front. We'll bring Perez on for him. We'll try something a little bit different. Perez as the advance forward on attack, just to try and give us another option in behind. Everything else stays the same and we get back into the match, hoping to see out the last 15 minutes. We've got an attacking throw on the left-hand side with Dummett. Throws it into Sissoko and now Drinkwater. 25 yards out. Gets the ball out to the right for Yedlin. On the overlap again. Tries to deliver the ball into the box, but it's straight at the keeper and it's comfortably held by Cardiff. They're coming along on the counter-attack. I can't imagine that's all the highlight was going to be. We're waiting for Etheridge to take the kick. He seemed to be time-wasting for some reason. If they want to hold on for 2-0, we're delighted with that. Sissoko gets the ball back across halfway. Barkley out to the left-hand side for Kennedy. Kennedy's gone into the box with a great cross, but Morrison gets it away. It had plenty of whip on it, but it wasn't quite enough. Tom Davis loses out to Sissoko in the middle. He's coming forward again. Goes back to Drinkwater. We've got a runner out on the left-hand side in Dummett. Dummett goes inside to Sissoko. He's 25 yards out, might have a go from here. He does and it's in. And what was I saying about Sissoko being the possible regret of the window as he slides a beautiful finish into the corner from 25 yards out. 10 minutes to go and we lead 3-0. The ball's headed away and cleared by Cardiff. They're coming down the left-hand side with Hoylett. Over halfway to Reed, the substitute. Back out to Hoylett again. Inside to Rules. All the subs are on now for Cardiff, but they haven't made much of an impact as Rules hoofs it out for a throw-in. And with 10 seconds left, this is going to be a comprehensive 3-0 win. A wonderful result, an even better performance, and Ross Barkley and Musa Sissoko starred. We're a far better side than this lot, and hopefully we'll be able to stay up above them. We're up to 18th place. We're just 1 point away from survival now. Cardiff are just above us. Brighton not far ahead of that. And Fulham might even be catchable now too. Burnley have won again. They're a bit out of sight now. And with the amount of highlights we had in that game, we are just going to make this a double header now. So we'll have the next game against Watford, who are directly below us. Another relegation 6-pointer. We'll be back in a second for that one. We're back for the second game away at Watford. Another big relegation clash. It's 18th v 19th, and a win today with other results going our way could lift us out of the relegation zone. Let's have a look at the lineup. We've got one huge bit of negative news since the last game, and that is Jack Butland, the man we spent 2/3 of our money on, is out with a torn thigh muscle for 2 months. Now, admittedly, that was near the start of the 2-week break we had between these two games. But either way, he's going to miss the majority of the running, meaning we've only got one fit goalkeeper after we sold the other two. One of the young midfielders, Longstaff's also picked up a knock, but we're not too worried about that as he wasn't really in the first team. It's not a big one, so it shouldn't affect his long-term development. Dubravka himself picked up a little knock during the 2 weeks, so he's only just fit again, but hopefully he'll be enough to get through the 90 minutes today. We're going to go for a completely unchanged 18, with the exception of Dubravka in for Butland. The rest of the lineup continues. Yedlin and Dummett the fullbacks, with Clark and Lascelles in the middle. Ritchie on the right of midfield. Shelvey and Drinkwater in the middle, with Barkley in behind Muto and Kennedy running off the left. I did briefly think about starting Musa Sissoko, but he's a great option to have off the bench. And with the amount of injuries we've been having recently, we just want to be careful for now. Let's get into the game and see if we can pick up our 4th win on the bounce. Watford pretty much matching us up for formation, with the exception of having their right winger a bit further up the pitch. But let's get into the game and hopefully we can get this result. Drinkwater with the ball from the kick-off to Lascelles. Lascelles at centre-half to Shelvey, and that highlight ends very quickly. Just a couple of minutes to the break, we've gone the whole half without a highlight. Muto and Ritchie have picked up knocks, but more importantly, who are behind? It's Cardiff. They're 2-0 down at Wolves, and we are out of the relegation zone as it stands, despite not having a single highlight in that first half. There were 5 shots on target, but none of them were good enough to be seen. Let's get straight into the second half. If a draw takes us out the relegation zone, I'll be delighted to take the point. With Ritchie picking up a knock, it could be time for Sissoko soon, and Muto could be replaced as well. We'll see what happens in the next 10 minutes and then make a decision. An hour gone, it's cleverly with the corner for Watford. Cuthbert's there on the end and he's put it in. We're behind, it looks like our good run's coming to an end, and we're going to make our substitution straight away. The first attacking highlight of the match, and it's a simple goal from a set piece. In fact, let's go to the proper tactics screen so we can make the subs the way we want to. Jacob Murphy on for Ritchie, and he's going to push forward too. He's going to become a winger higher up. Muto's going to come off for Perez again for the second game in succession. I know we've got Viatri there, but I want to change our shape a little. And I'm going to give the last one 5 minutes before deciding whether to bring Sissoko on for Drinkwater or Barkley. Let's get back into it, and hopefully we'll get an attacking highlight soon. It's Watford again coming forward with Cleverly this time. They've gone to Matchis. He's coming down the left-hand side. Apologies if I've pronounced that one wrong. Didn't see that name before. Decore's got the ball in the middle to Shalabar. He's got it back out to the left-hand side again. They've delivered to Deeney. It's just gone wide of the post, and we're going to go attacking now and make our final change of the match. Drinkwater's on a yellow, so that's made my decision. Musa Sissoko on for him, and Ross Barkley needs to do more in this match. We're going to change him to his preferred attacking midfield support role, just to see if that makes a difference. But with 20 minutes to go, we need to find something quick. We've got a throw in the left-back area with Dummett. Throws it in towards Sissoko, but Shalabar intercepts. Deeney holds the ball up and gets it to the right-back. They're going to try and deliver here, surely. They do, but Dubravka's equal to it, and we can bring it away on the counter-attack. Dubravka finally takes the kick. I don't know what he's time wasting for. He's headed away towards Shalabar, but Musa Sissoko wins the header in the middle, Kennedy gets it back for Sissoko again. Can we create an attack at last? We haven't seen one attacking highlight on camera, but now Kennedy's in down the left. Perez is in the middle. It's just over him and falls for Murphy. Hits the bar, and then Cathcart's fouled. Oh, I thought that was going to be it. A great chance for Jacob Murphy, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. Just a couple of minutes to go, and we haven't seen much more since. We've got a throw in on the right with Yedlin. Gets it inside, but the full-time whistle goes. We've lost 1-0 in a crucial game. Watford leap above us out of the relegation zone. Cardiff lose but remain 1 point above us, and we've got a lot of work to do now moving forward. We're still in big trouble, but we've given ourselves a chance with a decent run. Let's quickly see what was said about the game. Goalless Muto worries us, of course it does, but pressing forwards up front on their own don't seem to score too often. Watford are the ones who escaped the relegation zone rather than us. It was a narrow victory, a very even game, but we didn't really look like scoring from the highlights we saw. Let's quickly look at the schedule to see when we'll next be back. We've got a few games against mid-table and upper league opposition before we play Brighton, which I think is quite a big one. They're down in 16th, just 3 points above us, so we'll definitely be back for the Brighton game, and then we may skip a couple and play against Huddersfield as well. If you are watching this episode as it comes out, I hope you've had a good Christmas day. If you did enjoy the video, please put a thumbs up on it. Let me know what you think of this series. It's something completely new for me and my channel, so I'm interested to know your thoughts on it. Also, let me know what you think of our January window signings, and will we have enough to stay up now Butland's picked up that long-term injury? Subscribe to the channel for daily FM19 content from 2 long-term football manager stories. Firstly, the head coach, where we work under a director of football with no say in transfers or contracts. We're in our 4th season of that now, and in the last episode before Christmas we moved on to our 4th club of the series, so go and check that one out if you haven't already. And also our One Club Challenge part of the furniture with Torquay United, where we tried to take them from the lowest playable league all the way to the top of domestic and European football. We're in season 4 of that one too, so if you haven't seen any of it yet, now's the perfect time to catch up. There's also weekly content from FIFA 19 every Friday on the channel, as well as this Christmas mini-series continuing for the next couple of days. But a massive thanks for watching this one as always, and we'll see you tomorrow for part 3.